Amasan tunitha 52 Channa Khangdong Lamhil webinar Saturday 8 2021 Humpang hozo se nipite hozo se na buwan sawin kahin lemovin warm welcome kahin bodove programa na pantaw hitin upat na divin kayman programa hay yaw kat yin simthang kating tuza na topic diu chu hale career in aviation and hospitality industry eligibility criteria and its perks and scope in aviation line na to na hall ko hilole na tong nom ho dinga lampi itikibot ding ham ipi ngai cham hilole aphat chum na hoi hung hil diwa hi in chule ke ka hi a hele lina lam nei fin chong loi ka hi in ke yong formal cabin crew ka hi in domestic airlines spice jet na ta na tongin tule tu hin international finance corporation world bank group noya tong ka hi in Tunizana hi kayman moderate ka involving hi session na hi. Just a quick note, tunitha I session na hi live stream ki bola hi and recordings on ki bolin. Hizi itun ko itabang alim ki musa anom law aw ma hi le camera ki off uhitin. Chile mute yung ki bolu hitin. Chile audience ho ko ma kahin say nom che hi ane. Tip na kahin na inom cho hile nung lut tayo nga ichiwa ipat chumpi thay na tay divin ching thay ta in mobile ahin laptop ahin any device hung pang hozo siyan mute ki bol chi utin midang lung lut ta pang ho ama ho ding zong gel ko ananay kumin disturbance law na dingin pan anangay pan nalat si uti ti kahin tip nom now ahin at sa hinating le Q&A session hung ding ahin Hitia chu do anom nei au ma hile speaker nun thu hin say jing layang hi koi tabang question nei au ma hile chat box ang chu na hin ji theo hi in isem tia voice a say no au ma hile chun achai na ting le unmute iki bolova khat khana hung ki tha ova itu do chu ki chi chat na hin sim tha divin ka hin tem kin ve tu zana speaker ding no hi ahile mauva wangko a sailin som le ngaval Qatar Airways ana tonga hiin nunga Kimshi Tuboi amazong imutawin amazong hoyin kina pizong umin tule tu hinaman Guwahati muna training institute khada hongin hicha board of director RAHi Guwahati muna hiin chima sanga chun amahi Dubai Qatar Airways I say bangwa chu 15 years lam na na to hiin hichia na to na azong chu biham cabin crew hola highest rank na cabin crew cabin service director na to hiin emi tela azong ama tu chan tu ding hi tu chana he om ding ka peging chabe se apon ikipa piwin hitabang himanduta achi na athep na ahet na ahin jil do hozo se tu tha ahi khanglai te hozo si adinga asap diwa hi in hineba umin thanoba umin Hello, Nazat hey unam. Okay, thank you. Kainet hong boy hiin inangay mo gendang. Hitu nunga Kimshi Tuboi tu ni sa speaker ding no chansin kunyo khat kaga say hintin. I topic mo chu hi ale career in aviation and hospitality industry eligibility criteria its perks and scope hiin. Nung lut tay na nangay hitin. So the floor is yours, Sister Kimshi.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Lina. And tunit ha ahung ki khom ho jo se participant jo se nabon si Kevin ni tha pha. And tunit ha I say due to hiale career in aviation and hospitality hin. hi cái experience dung zuya kan say de hin qualification ho I say ya mas penin criteria hi say utin criteria eligibility criteria hi ga say wa le minimum to 12 pass hi jengin 12 pass hi le hi jengin academic career 60% alo le star mark alo le letter mark mu ngaya ti na yong hipon very basic minimum ta pass lekha 12 in saya hi le laya hi result hoi be se alo yong le kison la langai pon chi career hi en ki choose se hi in hospitality sector hi le aviation sector hi le ani ni a hi lucrative hi gelin ani ni a hi very good scope hi in abana international level ge yang chi na thei mun hi in chu ke minimum hi 18 to 24 years ki ka hi career hi ki sim le phain 18 to 24 years hi sung hi very important stage in za kona hi na career na ki molding hi hi Chuting le hichi career te ani a hi grooming to personality development plus English communication hi athupi in aviation industry che dinga le chun I choose nom le wang chun height hi athupi in ye chu height hi angai important hi in hin la hospitality sector awang chu height athupi be se upon hidong la tu lang hin hospitality sector ti wang in 5-star hotel ho 6-star 7-star hotel ho hin height ke san hin say jeng jivin to RAHi ki hona ko na hin amhon demand hin bo jeng jivin 5 feet 5 inch be heading ailo ale 5-7 heading ti ho ge ya hin say jivin wa hotel industry no hiti chon hin say jeng jivin hidong le adang dang tia hita hin choose chu very limited very few in alang pia ga saying in hotel industry hi chuti ta height ho be se pon hi wang airline hi lawang chon height angai mong in height chu hi izat na height hiam chidung zuya so na weight na jong chu proportionate hi ket ngai in na BMI range an ngai h BMI range a chon uma le chon chi height and weight criteria chon pass ahead next thing angai chu hi a chon communication hi English hi in international language English hi ja hi mun tin zo sia English bo hi angai chan hi ja chu English ong chu hi ti ta zo American accent hello le British accent ti ho ge ya chu hi ti ho ge ya chu bo ngai pon accent ho hi thupi sa be se povin but na pau ho zo se chu amo in na customer ho hen lang koi to ni ke ho jong la het the ngai in English tho so hi chi ai Thai ho hen lang Korean ho hen lang Japanese ho jong la amo first language English a hi pon a hi wang in to international airline ho like even hotel ho in recruit a bol za jeng ni pznam tilem ho in as long as you are understood na say chu het theiwa na say chu za theiwa la hi jeng a hen hi chi a chu atupi ma pon accent ho chu hi chi a chu ka say in English ka hep boy alo le English ka them boy ti mana ki son lal diong hi pon basic minimum na hi na la hi jeng next thing chu ya le to hi aviation hi ga say ding a very corona ji ai ni tin umjong le it's always been a high demand hin koi career choose nom holding so aviation hi ho industry hi tu azong corona sung hi wanga hi Qatar Airways hi in Emirates hi in recruitable pan kitta wen am ho en tu recently 2 months ago ang jun Qatar Airways and recruit hen bolin I mean form hin hongin vacancy ometi hong ki hen he so bang ho chi gyal arjun itabang in corona hen lang itabang situation hi dong le a career hi umjing jing thei career hi ahong hong jing in he chi ya chu lekha sim nom lo ho alo le gang chala sum lo nom but at the same time career jong hoi abana scope jong international level out in a thei ho din mon in chi adei ho dinga chu it's a very good opportunity or like very good career hi in eta chu air hostess a to mana tong ho be ti na thei chu hita pon e chu competition hi mun zo se a hai tan government job le bol ho bo chu na tong hi pon government job bo chu na to na kewa na hitapon tulai hi ibol na thei het na lang hen lang ithep na lang yong le so jo si a zo hi ki ha bola hi a le aphain etu etun airline a hen lang hotel industry a hejong le career nen ki si margin you can even become a general manager of group of hotels only based in Maldives hen lang based in India hi jong le group of hotels do sinangin nang under aga umjo it's an giham na power umaitan so it's not like stewardess akong kipat na chilai ge kalung thai na dem tia ki son lal na ding hipon alole mamuli momo F2 mamuli cabin crew aga alut mana flight attendant aga hi cabin service director ge ga kai mo hipon tulai so ema on performance dungzui hen nang ma persistence na ne ya tingle tom ngai na ne ya alson EP career jong le excel na hi yang thai hin chichu ka sei no min tun kema kenjong countries so around 150 destinations more than that hejang so hitan tin so do se ka cover gam ta bang hitan ta chu ema own personal achi ding hen lang le chun isumno idat ham khat ki paiding plus planning bol na time looting bi hotel ka umdham hoilai ka visit dham itti ka kimancha dham so do se bol na time loot in plus money yong involve hen heda so ji career na loot na ala chun so do se chu you are paid to travel you are paid for your travel hen so ye as a pana pha hen in fact once time gone it cannot come back again Ji aju tuahi at young age are traveling na bola plus at the same time paid nahi alison nang ding aju when you reach like your 40s or your 30s you already cover half of the continent alole most of the countries na cover ditan ji aju ji tingle lifestyle dung ya say yong le salary hi international ho ahi at least 6 digit in akipanjeng ji in minimum flight attendant is only 6 digit na akipanjeng hin eto to India ito le wang zo hinge from them khat from nante because beginners on he experience on nailo he alison but when you work international airlines like Qatar or Emirates or British Airways Lufthansa kito ho kunile minimum 6 digit alo jing hin on kipantil ho so but the more you have money the more you can use it and the more you can help in others or ipitin naman nomam nang day naman te so you get independent from you get freedom from money so it's very good you can also sustain yourself help your family ading la adang dang ngai cha ho na king na kang ho kisan ya na kem zo de hin la nang in on yao cha hambo rom cha hambo na mu a zon mi khat na ga ki thopi go zon la ki thopi ni so ha hin ti zo hin ke la do na ti zo hin plus I feel that it's the same for everybody it should be the same for everybody hin cheng aviation na ito hiya sun hotel ho airlun sa ho minimum 4-star hotel alola 5-star hotel bana ireng hong san dung zuya to presidential suite alola luxury suite ho am ki umjeng ji in ta to ele ke reng dung ke reng a to CSD reng a to hoilai hotel a kalhun jong la my room was always the biggest alola room also library ho imazo say benefits facilities so tamjing jing ahen see also the more you grow in the company you work for you are being recognized na labor ho tinla na to na ho zo se na to na phat na ho zo se so company na repay na bol hen so yeah so it's good it's like you're always winning it so tinla hotel industry aga sekit leng hotel industry hi India atong ho pam langa achi wa salary hi double hi jing minimum double hi jing plus you get accommodation transport na mo into airline na ong accommodation of you transport of you in fact some countries are even offering tax free salary like Qatar Airways also tax free in sang som na san jong example sang som na san jong sang som ma chiang khat ge ka alo tax So yeah, so account losing tips yeah, so you are getting everything tax free. But again, other countries or taxable country yes, you have to pay some tax as per the government you choose it na prefer nang choose abana tua aviation industry hen lang hotel industry yung nahinto nahong hop lang ting let itaute like let's say 5 years 10 years nahinto zo nangin you can also start your own hotel on the konte you can also start your own institution like now how this RAHi you can become your own boss, you can become your own entrepreneur and the thing is that everything needs money in. So my advice would be earn while you are young, make as much as you can, and then you can become your own boss. You can be helping hand or you can help others. Jadi atu ema independent independent lawal ko sa aki kem do pon. Tun tham khat RAHi ipiti hung ke pat do ham ga say lang because I am a board of director at RAHi. It's RAHi ahi Northeast ahi youth ho even ala potential na itam ta in umin hinla career guidance mulo alole which career ka choose dam lekhala kasim nom tapon alole lekhas kasim novangin ka inkuten a support zo povin tihi itam in umuven adi sana amy ho la ahin tihi atam kasain hechi asu kalunggela hi RAHi hungke pat masanga ko nahi Northeast inlang kong kileteng le heta he institution khat honding dela mi unemployed hi ho he youth ho he amo he employable soding amo le mo be ki wa theidiu aten line family on ke support theidiu ti lungyal ka na neizing he lungyal ka neizi atu ko ning kuma hong do atu kong haya atu ta he kan pat he RAHi hong ki pana he RAHi meaning so yale Red Wings Air Hostess and Hospitality Institute in office he Bora service opposite to SB Deora College abana hiti RAHi ahe ka course so hi hale two types koi win career course modular course career course so hi abona 11 months is okay in career course he aviation and hospitality certificate akitin abana khatsu hospitality langsang nga bo chinom ho ading tumin umin ating le khatsu comprehensive certificate in aviation and hospitality CCAH in khatsu comprehensive certificate in hospitality management CCHM in basically khat koi tabang ham khatsu aviation langa bo chinom le aviation lang ki choosing koi tabang ham hospitality langa lunglut le hospitality lang ki choosing. Again, fees are also very much reasonable in ayetu kasay bangami ho adi sana emite phatsum na dinga kagial hin ito ya to northeast in general hin lang hijong le emite in particular kagial hin so ya so fees on very much less to other institutions in Kabolin abanin modular course ato hialaton there's no age limit. But for career course, the one should be 18 to 24 years. I think both boys and girls and it's not only for girls. Some people have a notion that aviation hospitality institute there are many people pasal manager langge cabin service director lagi langge ya promotion kayong but yeah amy wang so ipon hije ka say nan so hila pasal ding out khat na may ding out khat he aban in modular course hi levanson kyo to RAHi ahe grooming kanewin aban in self development in English enhancer kanewin aban a basic computer course la nom it's a whole modular course so he there's no age limit you can become or you can join any time of the year, any time of your age, anytime in so 6 months course in career course then so 11 months in after 11 months we give 100% job placement to tu corona ningkum chala corona and once again kita ayengin say the be se yung hipon this year ako na hong kihon di dama ako na tu around 20 plus students hohe kyo RAHi ako na placement kapi kamutan but yeah airline ho and hon ba alo ji chon 5-star hotel ho placement ka bolwin but again one thing is there that airline course la khat chu ma chun hotel in tong te di jong le just because airline and vacancy ko lo ya chu vacancy lo la ya so tong te di jong le what we do in RAHi is that ama ho chu ke ho and hitinu ham pa ham chu ama in aviation a choose ya chu aviation industry so we keep giving them information. Okay, tun Qatar Airways and recruitment involving hin date his hin example amo sa lati to hin. Yeah, so notify ka unless the person says no, I'm very happy with my job. I don't want to continue or I don't want to go to any other sector. But as long as the student wants, we are always helping them and we are always giving them the correct guidance. Plus training mostly to RAHi in training department training to peak in why because if a person is trained as per the market demand, as per the HR's demand, as per how the HRs are expecting to say kagelin training kapezi in sharing all my 15 years of experience and also adang me nationality ho adang ho ipiti po how they are recruiting the students hoy so dung zuya to kaloy ka goal ho ho dung zuya to it's student ho train ka bol ji hin student ke use hipon trainer dang ho zo syong ka vet tu hin a trainer dang ho long hin student ho and a hil ho he standard ke phat sa hinam ka tina ti dan chu ke ken ka hil dana chu hi aljon ke jon international standard na ka hil hin ai chu ho and itabanga HR on demand and you ham chodung zuya ki hila hi chu en jong tabang chu kin experience sa hi ta ya chu it's a trainer dang ho in student ite hil ham song chu ka vet tu zia tin le student ho khat to chun a het thailo hi ang le I always make ways how to make them understand or how to make it easier for them to hin to always working together with other trainers as well as the students akai kavet suizi hin now after 11 months student in training hen ball ting like his training sunga chu student gets to learn grooming abana a personality develop ke bol pa English communication ho abona train ke bola and after that hechi dungzuya to ama in training hen ting the student after he or she completes 11 months placement so once a student is trained in RAHi, the person stands a good chance of getting the job. Why? Because like I said, training is a backbone for any kind of institution. Once training to fulfill training to certified completely the HRs, whoever comes for recruitment, we also hold conduct campus recruitment ke ho RAHi ahe. Abang tenle hotel hoilam kana hongzi ventele but they come only to recruit RAHi students in India because we have a tied up with more than 75 top multinational companies also India and abroad. Some students we have placed in Dubai, some students we have placed in Canada, also so in just a short span of time worldwide nakakihat pi ho HR ho kaloy ho hoilay tong ho so to heta su ki allies kabola ta su channel ki same ahen it is ya to student ho he abang bang appearance ho when India ka khel sa nompoi lo le Guwahati khel sa nompoi ti ho bang so le ya we give them a hotel hile hoilay job hile obviously Guwahati as airline base ompon minimum Kolkata be hinga airline base hin dinga sa tusan gya wa hen Guwahati hi lain Sija to koi tabang parents in restriction and ya alison we give them preference for okay Guwahati sungbo ay lawa ala India sungbo tisuhin but if somebody's parents is like okay send anywhere the day they in solve hi kata nu kata pa so nang khot na hi and if the student is willing to go, then yes, we do all our best to send them outside so that they make their life, they make their career. And at the same time, kaga visit kids in students who to save hinam abana and enjoyable hinam panam amading as most importantly, since they are away from their parents and they're just like 18, 19 kids tabang even. So I always get in touch with the employers, asking them their well-being, if they're fine and all, and also keeping in touch with the students themselves that panam, how's the food or how's the salary, are you happy or not, tihoy feedback kalazing is given, so which is very good. It's like we are nurturing them like almost like their parents. So that's what we do in RAHi. And yeah, our vision is to empower the youth of India. In mission, I already said a little bit. Mission is to enable the youth of India to become employable, ensuring sustainability, livelihood, and thereby reducing the hardship in our country. A whole country, saying in Northeast, lack of employment, itambe se na. Sisi ahi khat jong hi government job keu se nga lew hen arole government job keu se hi kinet pinan lew hen. Ultimately, what we end up doing is we just go back to the field. Maybe we'll start doing cultivation, and then which is not enough. Poverty increase. Be ki support thea le phain. Insung mi support zo ta along be ki ba zo ngai. Nume hi dong lehen. Ki support the ngain tulai chu pasal ke use depend the hipon pasal long chu hita ema ki tom la ngain. I always believe in one thing that my father has said when I was a kid, that independent when it comes to earning, you should be independent regardless of who you get married to, regardless of who your father is, regardless of who your brother is or who your relative is. I also want to give the same thing to the youths, both boys and girls, that never think that you are less, even if your academic career is not up to the mark or not up to the expectation of your parents or up to the expectation of you yourself. But then don't think that you are less and try to find ways where you can excel. Hoi chu na talent ham, hoi chu nang dinga nakiwa na te hung ni dam, chu na ki hol do ding, hichu dung zuya chu nang long na to a hichu dung zuya chu na ki ha bola rason. You will get success in anything you do it. There's nothing like hichibobo to kabol ngai tin ompon to again aviation and hospitality topic kasay wangahi. Maybe for 1 or 2% or maybe few of you might not be preferring this field, but what I want to say is that any field is good for you as long as you enjoy the work, as long as you are happy doing it, as long as you can provide for yourself and become independent and also be a provider for your family. So now it's up to you whether which profession you want to choose. You want to spend your whole time becoming graduate or again postgraduate, master, PhD, na bola time na spend na time waste I would say that 12 itaya gantay banga na to khat imu the na ding lampi ngai tu le phazoi katia chu ka gel because even me after I finished 12, I started working. I started becoming independent. And I find it is very good because independence makes you a lot of learning experience in the pain, and it makes you very much matured also. When it comes to when you are the breadwinner of your family, when you are the provider of your own self, then you become very, very mature. It's maturity adling angay kasain ay so India ahi nivenale sadang ho let's say foreigner American ho alole European ho to 13 years on they are already working like Starbucks or pawato olole McDonald's ho ipi hama to wata cham ho le mo cham chama ke support jeng ji hen e ho te chu le kha sim yo inau inule pa in now sen banga e ki gela e yong chu e ki gel bang banga chu now sen banga ki gel it ta chu hung ki lo do ding hung ki humble ding ti hi I hlom hen every household in ti chun ka gelen ti chun kamu ke ho le ki ho veng le au hen ti chu he alang pia se ding ha he chu ya chu mi ho khan to no to e ho khan to na he te ka ala chun mi he kholang pe ge ji tan amo and 18 19 hin pa ting la chun they are already getting a lot of experience and plus they are earning plus they can support themselves in or they are chu ti ji po or they are 25 ihung lin teng le na to ki ji do ji hi lai and their parents will be like ji lo loin no over age detail kiti hopo pressure stress in and then a lot of people a lot of youths some of them even commit suicide in it's holong hi cho se ji hin pressure stress ji mi tam ta hin holong achan lo ji alo le marks hoi lo ji family to family face ngam low family to face thelo it's holong tam ta mi depression a se ji it's ji a cho se lo na dinga cho in sung min jong it's te he them du it's te no inule pa he ta se he them to che diun chu ka dein ai cho hin hoi kha ve achi al jon aban hong kile thai ta bon that's why we need to acknowledge as a parent we need to acknowledge our children ap amo de ham ken lekha simin ka ti mana cho ama in alunglut lawa so pilanga alunglut ham alunglut na lang zo acho ka encourage ka cheer le pha in ka support le pha in alunglut na nei ho cho hele support le phan alunglut na le lo sa alunglut lo na khana ki son te yang zo akan de pon it's ja so chate lo het them du chate lungial het pi wa am hon jong chate no nu le pa ko ma lungial isei wa open ta isei do thei ni divin ka de so tele mental sickness in a lo du depression a chi lo du and ultimately everybody will be happy nang happy ni hiding nu le pa ultimately happy ti aso ke them to du ka de ni abanin ji RAHi ahe job placement hi guarantee in his yingin he also ka say banga training hi backbone hi in training hin sai so se so bona job ka pi le yang hen to a batch current batch so hong ki sai ting le ta so placement ka pat ki di uta he atun anyone who has a doubt or who has a question has also se chun he sabin lang you can ask me any questions that you like to have and if you have any concerns about this industry about anything you can ask me I will try to answer as much as I can as much as I know so that it can clarify your doubts.
Hello ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay ma'am, I also like to ask some question.
Yes please.
Will it be okay ma'am?
Yeah, it's okay. Please go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what hurdles do you overcome while you achieve your dreams, and give us some tips for interview skills while entering to aviation industry as a cabin crew?
Okay. First of all, I really appreciate your question. Yeah, the hurdles. Yes, everywhere there's hurdle. Everywhere there's you need to struggle a lot. So same way, even I had struggled myself when I was making my career, when I have chosen this path, I also had struggled. To be honest, it was my struggle was financial struggle actually. So my father was unable to provide the deposit amount which was required by the airline. Domestic airline, you need to have some deposit. I think that time it was, I'm sure that now it might be 1 lakh plus, I think, for deposit. Maybe some airlines will even ask you 1,50,000 or 2 lakhs as a deposit, which is refundable. But in my time, they had asked me about 50,000, so which was not available at that time with me nor with my father. So I had to go. I had to ask the airline to give me some days to arrange for the money, and fortunately they agreed. And after that, I came home and I spoke to my father about this thing that we need to gather some around 50,000 bucks, which is the airline's requirement. And then that's how me and my father, we started, he started asking from his friends or relatives and all that. And to my good luck, there was one godfather, he gave me the 50,000, and that's how I was able to give it. And how I went to Mumbai, it was the time when I started flying with Jet Airways. So I was based in Mumbai. I took that 50,000, and that godfather, who is a friend of my father, he had given me 50,000 plus. He had given me another 5,000 also, because I had to travel and then I did not have any money. So my dad had only 800 rupees in his possession. So which was like, it was not even enough for me to take it there. And even that 5,000 was not even enough for me to survive there for to get a house or to get a stay in hostel and all that. But then again, I just leave everything to God. I took that 50,000 plus that 5,000 that he gave me. So total, I took 55,000. Then I went to Mumbai. I gave the 50,000 as demand draft to them, and 5,000 I kept it. And how long I will survive it with that 5,000. So it was like the airline gave us accommodation for 1 week, and after that 1 week, it was we need to search for a place to stay. So my struggle basically was financial struggle. So which is the reason why I made up my mind that day onwards that I will overcome this financial struggle anyhow, because it was not a good thing. It can even break you down, because if you are interested in a particular field or something, and then you are getting some failure or some drawback, which is not as per you, or which is because it's not right that I give up my career just because I cannot get the money. So that's why I made up my mind that I will ensure that this thing doesn't happen again. So I had struggled a lot. I excel in all my exams the airlines has conducted. I always get 100% out of 100 marks. I always make sure that I get 100, because below 100, I'd never want to get it down. As a result of that, my performance shot up, and then that's how the airline recognized me, and then they kind of gave me a lot of compliments pertaining to my academic career and all that, and also my performance. Customers have appreciated how I help them and how I work. I was passionately working for it, because I know how the struggle was real. How to get in there was not an easy task. When I went there for the interview, it was a lot. I think around 200 or 300 people came that day when I went for the interview, and I never thought that I will be selected also. But again, to my luck, I got selected. And then I realized how much people are dying to get there, how much people want to get the job. And then everything happens, everything falls in place after that. So I got selected. And then after getting selected to the airline, after working there for like 3-4 years, I realized that it was not going to be the dream job or the dream career that I wanted, because in terms of money and all that, it was not enough. To live in Mumbai, you need at least a lakh salary to survive. And also because the house rent itself was around 20,000. And if you're getting like 45, 50, it was not enough for you to save anything. Hardly whatever you get was just enough to make your daily expenses, your house rent or your electric bill and all that. So that's why I had moved to Qatar Airways, because of, again, the financial issue. The money was, I was not able to save as much as how I wanted to save. So I applied for Qatar Airways, and then I went there. I gave the interview. I got again selected. After that, I went there, and until like another like 10 years, I worked there with them. And that's how I overcome all these financial hurdles and financial problems that I have. And here I am today, because I made that decision that time. And I am very thankful to my family, who has supported me in all of this journey. and that's my assets, and that's what I would like them to be happy all the time, and that's what I do every day to make them happy, because they have been there for me thick and thin in all the storms. They are always with me, and that's how I have overcome all this. Of course, with prayer, there's always there. God is always there first. And then here comes your family and your own persistence, your own will, and your own desire to achieve that. It always gives you success. That's how I overcome my hurdles and all that. I hope I clear it out.
Yes, ma'am, you do. You clear all of some of my doubts. And my second question is, ma'am, give us some tips while going for interviews in the
Mm.
aviation industries for a cabin crew. Because I myself is one of the, I also aspire to become a cabin crew. So,
Okay, okay. Well, if you, first of all, what is your height? May I know what is your height?
ma'am, I also do calculations in all those heights, BMI, and fortunately, I am 5.7.
Okay, 5.7,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
yes, 5.7, yes, you can. Well, if I may ask you one more question, have you ever given any interview so far about airline?
I haven't given interviews for an airline industries, but I do some experience, interview
Okay.
experience in
Uh,
media field and in some of those male pageants, ma'am.
okay, so you haven't actually given the real airline interview, right? So then
Yes, ma'am.
my advice would be, since you already have a height, so is your weight proportionate to your height?
Right now, actually not, ma'am. I'm over. I'm over.
You're always okay, okay. Then yes, first things first, you need to get your weight come down to your proportionate height. And yes, second thing that is required is when you go for your interview, what you see is what you get. This is what I believe. So you need to be very well dressed in a business attire. Again, the third thing that is required is you need to have a pleasant personality. That is, you need to be approachable, you need to be polite, humble, and when you go for your interview, when they ask you any kind of questions, first things I think every interviewer or any HR asks is, tell me something about yourself. This is what they ask. This is what they have asked me, and this is what they have been asking all these years. So it's like an idiot proof. So you need to be able to give your introduction in a manner that you are able to portray your personality, your inner skills, what you have, because the HRs are human, they cannot read your mind. So that's the reason why you need to be able to tell them that what is your skills and what are your talents if you have. So, and then if the HR asks you to, let's say, dance, just dance. If the HR asks you to sing, just sing. It doesn't matter, because maybe you have written somewhere in your hobby that you like singing or you like dancing or whatever, maybe. So I have had some of my students who have been asked to sing or who have been asked to dance, and yes, I definitely tell them, if the HR asks you to do that, just do it. It doesn't mean that he is going to laugh at you, or it doesn't mean that he is showing you that you are nothing, or just he doesn't bother about you. No, he just want to see that how much of a team player you are, how much you are willing to be able to mingle with any kind of nationality, because maybe you are going to work with different nationality, or if it is international company, or if it is an international airline, and if it is domestic airline or domestic company, you will be working with different castes of people, different tribes of people. You won't get to work with like cookie only, or you won't get to work with your Northeast people only. So you have to be able to gel with them. So that's why they see all these things when you are being interviewed. This is what I have observed it, and it's always been the same. So I would suggest you that you be able to tell your introduction in a manner that is crisp, it's short. At the same time, it has all the values and all the things the HR are looking for, like your skills, what are your personality like, You need to highlight it to them. You need to highlight your strength and also your long-term goal. How long you want to stay there, and then what will be your long-term goal in that particular company. So they want somebody who can stay for at least a long time, not like they recruit you today and you stay for like 6 months and then you move like that. So they want this kind of things. So you need to be prepared for an introduction that is good enough, which has all the informations that I have just told you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, my last question, you won't mind answering to that, right, ma'am?
Tell
Okay,
me.
ma'am, suggest us, some good airlines for ML's cover. Keeping in mind that we are from Northeast.
Suggest some airlines, as in, I don't really get that.
Airline industries like Indigo, there is AirAsia, this and that. So, like keeping in mind that we are from Northeast, like you might have some experience about how we Northeast appear and our potentials and all. So suggest us some good airlines where we can give for interview there.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, men are not much in this airline which we have in India right now. Like I think Indigo don't have boys yet, and SpiceJet, I think they have boys. So very few airlines in India has boys. So first of all, when you are applying for any airline, you need to check which airline has boys, which airline takes men as well. So you choose that airline, then accordingly you apply. For example, if the airline doesn't recruit men, then you cannot apply for that. So you need to be checking on that first. Secondly, you need to also check if you are comfortable in Hindi, because I see most of the time in the airlines in India, like Indigo, SpiceJet, and all that, like others, they want you to know Hindi as well. Like when I went for Jet Airways interview, I was asked to do my introduction. I was asked to talk about Assam in Hindi. Asked me to talk about Assam in Hindi, like anything, any uniqueness or whatever that I have in Assam, and that I need to deliver in Hindi. So same thing, like if you are looking for Indian airlines, I mean the airlines in India, then you need to know Hindi as well. You don't need to be expert, but at least you need to be able to converse. You need to be able to talk to them. So that even if it is broken kind of Hindi, yes, you need to be able to converse with them. So you need to know Hindi. And other thing comes again, like which airline is preferring for your type. So you go according to that airline. Some airlines, they do have more height criteria, and depending on that, again, yes, you cannot apply for that if something is shortcoming or shortfall for you. So I would suggest that you see all of these things and then you apply accordingly. In India, I think one thing I would like to say here is that if you want your career to be progressing, then you should choose for full service airlines, because if you work in low cost carriers like Indigo, SpiceJet, I think Go Air, I don't know, maybe others also, but any airline which is low cost will not give you much knowledge and your experience will not be counted. Like I have some of my friends who we joined together in Qatar Airways. I went from Jet. It was a full service airline. I used to fly international as well, even when I was in Jet Airways. So however, some of my friends who came from SpiceJet, who came from Indigo and all that, their promotion was way longer. Mine, it took like in 6 months, I became premium crew, and another 6 months again, like that. It was very fast for me. So within 2 years, I became a cabin service director. So for me, it was very fast. So, but my friends who came from other airlines, for them, they need to be in this Qatar Airways for like 2 years plus. 2 years, 2.5 years, because our CEO, Mr. Al-Baker, he don't like if somebody is coming from low cost, because his perception is that if you are working in a low-cost carrier because you're not doing any service, you're just doing selling. Selling is not a service. So when you do a service, that's the actual time where you actually do a 5-star service or enhanced service. That's why if you're working for a low cost, you're basically selling. So it's like you are as good as a retail staff. Basically, you are just selling it. Yes, no doubt that you are trained for safety purpose, for the flight, for the aircraft, for the customers. But then at the same time, when it comes to service, when it comes to finesse and all that, you need to be a part of the service airline. Then only you'll be able to make your experience count, and then you will have more human touch on that. And then your experience will be counted if you apply for other international airlines. So I would suggest you apply for Vistara. I think Vistara is a full service airline and is a good airline. And in India, I think only Vistara. I think I know only Vistara for now. Maybe others are all low cost, or maybe others are, low frill airlines. So I would say that go for Vistara for now. And I think they even hire for men as well. I hope I clear your doubt.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for clearing all my doubts, and it's worth it joining this session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, and thank you to the what's that?
To who? Lina?
No, ma'am. The one who is hosting this.
Lina. Yes, Lina.
Oh, it's Khangdong Lamhil. I also like to thank Khangdong
Okay.
Lamhil for giving us this opportunity.
All right. You're welcome. Okay. Is there any other questions? Hello?
You can see chat box has on na question. Today YouTube lang has on question aumin. Abansan kanin hin simpang kating kanin hin don bunin lang.
Okay.
Kasi nom tu question ho kasin tha masanga hin nipi ho na member ho hin e pawa hai ten kichi selling kido olew hen e ho ding a hi platform hi it's opportunity hoi penin te kati na pau danga kihil na jong tampi uma hin na tunit ha hi e pawa thin set na ikisei pi to thayo sister Kimshi and gong ade dan ta e pawa thin se lai sei pi thayo hi na he chi e pawen hoi ta en ki do thai lew hen e hon jong i het na pau hi kichi pending en ka ging cha en if the question to in simphang kating RAHi hi hoi lai mu na hamma ti win it's hi nangin chat box hi hoi that cut they details ho hi tunit ha verbally na say ya hi song na chun anaki not do thei di wala ba chun na thai na phuti la wa hi le maybe chat box out to a detailed address for chun in thot thia on the pantin na chichu a hi in chichu adang tan han ko thei dinga hi le na second question to ha le RAHi ahi fees course kila naman hi fees zat ham chule hichi a training jaw na dinga hi interview ai lo le test ball ngai ham direct nga join ball jing hi ham ti hichi ni chin don with you.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much. Koi question ham kahepon hidong le kakipa e. RAHi hi for now khana mahi Guwahati na. Guwahati Ulubari mon Bora service kom SB Dera College opposite na Makhanbok building kitiweta sana san hinten. Iti Makhanbok building a whole 4th floor 402 apartment sisung chuku hiyeng ka office chu. Iti laya ho na hong wale na mudi hujenge. Abana RAHi a course ho hi course zil masanga yes definitely achu interview hungain ye chu interview hung ho chu interview kala ji hin interview kila ating chule ama English communication ichan na sim ngayam alole ahet na chu ichan gya umam IPP het sa angayam ichan gya training pi ngayam ti hoi het ngayan a plus a physical fitness song het ngayan abang bang chu phone a ikheu pia le chun aki hepon abang bang cho ile akhot lang khat itham khat long hungji ng umji in na ka say ding as a physically fitness o anga umpon ji achu physical fitness angai ji achu hung they need to come down hungwa office a hung diu tingla interview kala ji ka ken kala lo long le ka marketing team hon ala ji hen ai wanga final la pi round to personal interview personal round to ken kala ji hen ji achu ji interview achu ama chu ichangia training pi ngayam a physical fitness on scan ka bol zia like while talking to them ke hopi pet ten so like quick scan ga ke bol zia ke be zia hen chu in interview through he interview achu then and there ka say pe jitan at koi tabang ham ha height alhin low alola physical fitness awat amarjon itabanga airline langa lunglu jong le air hostess alola cabin crew adinga lunglu jong le false hope kapiji pona direct on the face aka say paging he in nang physical fitness he is in unfortunately nang aviation course na bol thailo de he nang lunglu le jong na chun ken nang false hope kapi nom pon false hope kapi nom lo ya su on the spot na ka say pe na hi ka ti jeng jien ai wa zo ma chun ai boy hospitality sector a be bol thai dham ti ar so hospitality sector is okay ye so achidinga chu a hi theidinga le again ya hot ho tham khat ho hi a lo le a physical fitness hospitality sector criteria lo la mo requirement ge ya dinga on fit lo le chun he chong chu kala di lo hena mo sum la abana zo wa ga kinep sa ting le akhon na le ga pi lo ding lo akhon na le na to mu lo chu ke ka nom poi because reputation RAHi reputation hoi ta ka koi nom hin ji a chu min jong phat chom bi na dinga chu amo chu zo hope ka piji poi direct nga ka sai pe ji na number khat chu hi ala chon ai ta chu ji a chu course hi hongjil de hospitality hi tham khat man from kitele tham khat ki hi na hospitality sector hi ki hi na bana aviation langa hi tham khat of course aircraft ke ho classroom no aircraft cabin kan nei win he aircraft a cho mo in direct nga classroom flight sunga to bang bang ho classroom ma hin he sunga ho class kala ji hin ating la mo flight sunga he ti omen flight seat ho ti hin koi ta bang ham khat chu a hin ho a chapang ho chu 18-19 years ho be pho chu flight na to khale he jong he ka ti hong ji wa chu he jo jong mo jong chu on in-house training aga mo abana lab ho grooming lab ma abana hospitality sector hospitality sim ho lab kan even it's a lab ma chu hospitality iti plating ball dham ipiti napkin ho full ball dham ito biam nel cha minute details ho gya ta chu ka hil jiu hen chung so na chu hotel ho ang ka che ji hotel ho ang student ho ka puijin tengle Guwahati ahela airline base lo as airport bo visiting airport visit na ka puijin aviation student ho cho airport visit na ka chi tingla mo in airport so actually airport iti ham counter hoilai so ip bol na ham x-ray bol na adu ada cho detail practical ka vet sa ji practical ka puijiu hen abana ke hilo ka associate ho ka staff ho inta so puiji Sisu hin aben hotel aji kinarjun 5-star hotel ai fine dining itabang hidham fine dining hi actually ipiti bol dham so he theory akihila institution kion hospitality lab ka nei wang wa cho amo hi hospitality student ho hotel ka pui ki ji ye cho hotel tie up ka bol dia so mo ko ma ka student ho kan sol de hin amo so ititi bol dham so fine dining experience then na hil diu na vet sa diu so tele amo and actually na to hen mu wa min hen goi teng so le they already know something is hen he ji a so chan gya so state of the art training ka pe ji hen ji a so mo hoi ta pa chong pin dia ka bol hen as a fees regarding fees ji a so like I said amo hi student ho hong ji teng le a physical fitness ho im zo se all round akivet zo teng so le henge aviation course la thei nahi ti teng son aviation course man chu ki sei pia abana chi chung so na chu 15% discount ka pe ji hena chi chu keima director keima hina discount na chu ka pe ji hen abana tingle koi ta bang what financial issue na yal chon zero EMI financial assistance on kapizin he chu finance company ho to tied up kai ko bolen amazon ke thopi amazon te as support bol ja tengla students on ahin citing so le once the person starts working it thinks na hin to pana ko na ticho iza aki borrow ham hecho mana ki pi pa self independent thei da thei yeah so he jong so facility jong so coin abanin ticho hi lowa yong le koi da bang wa chun monthly a ka pe the ti yong la fees ho chu admission fee chu pi a abana dang ho chu monthly a pi ti yong mai abang mang chun le ho po ye one time a ka pi chai de ti so one time a pi chai yong min abang mang chun ke bang ka zo lo de hi ka nul ka man zo lo de ti ho chu le amo dei bang banga that's a category amo they choose that category amo in AP categories amo dinga fit here he chu ki choose you it as course ho hi hospitality hi around again kasai banga one time api ho chu home je ai chu one time hi chu kangai jang kit na one time api ho chu within 1 month api ho chu home kina within 3 months api ho chu them khat tam je bana every month api ho chu ele like chu tidam interest on ki thodi te le tam je ti but one time hi aljon sick hospitality ho hi around 70 ho hong hi beta 65 70 ho beta chung so na cho 15% discount ko pay kit zin so it's very minimal amount hin adang institution ho to te dinga chu to aviation course la na mai mayang he 2 lakhs allow hin aviation course ai tenle hospitality ai 1 lakh allow hin to as ke ya ken to RAHi ai 1 lakh mala 1 lakh 1 lakh mala chu around 60 ham hin hospitality as abana aviation aju hi arjun say banga chu one time api elaw chun 1 lakh 20 ho de hin 1 lakh 20 ho min 2 lakh ala na aju ken 1 lakh 20 ke te so one time api hi ale abana so within 90 days api elaw chun another maybe 10,000 ham more hin tin chu hi ai lo azun every month api a yong chun every month api ho chun maximum api do so 1 lakh 50,000 bo still they are making a discount of 50,000 in the line comparing to other institution it is a fees also to be precise. Hello.
Thank you, Sister Kimshi. About YouTube lang a question for our main where are the places that RAHi has linked for its placement?
Where are again?
RAHi to linkable na placement na dinga linkable na places ko at in na it's exam kya nangin RAHi institute kahin maybe any hotels ay lo airline ho ham pat na link na ya hele placement na dinga hichu chu ahet no mo hinte
more than 75 multinational company ho to link kanne yuwa already signed ka bol with that so tichu hile within India ke use aya bana outside Canada on ka piwa abana Dubai ka piwa abana Qatar ka solowa tingle to ahi we are also working for other countries to ahi other country ho to lies bol dinga he to ahi ka nisi ate bangai every time ahi HR ho to ki ho to jing ki link ke sem je hai tichu hi alson India sungle le helwa pama mai amo chu kison lal na diu ni au cha khat ong poi
it's good domestic the international level la link khoi ka na nei na placement so kun tha hong zaw ho hin a het nom ho hi ka vet na hi le tam zo hi chu do hin nei ho hi RAHi thu hi ta in na RAHi thu hi a hi le hin te gel da na hin nangin phana sa di hamwang ka hepo en admission loot ding zat ho maybe a brochure chu nangin share na hin bol thei dinga hi le
a brochure hi kan yu chu hi wa laptop ma na laptop kai hi phone a ka lu to hi difu a ka I mean like ka laptop chu gohati a kei laya ka so but ka website wa me zo si so www.reddwings.com ho chela
Okay, na website chu chat box and type leo hen hichia ko na chu mi tampin thudo hong ho he ka vet na hi le nangin khat khat na hin don but zong la chu na bona hi ki bang tabang a hi lo le rahi thu nga ni hi zi a hi rahi thu hi thang pia cha ka sei banga chu na website don lu na wale detail ai ma zo si nangin avail vela na sei ngai ta lo ba amu jing thei wa hi en na chu ni zo si na ye hi en most important to the website to correct website that to alert you to people na hin the website to link to new khat to like chat box a na hin ji na hin type trading a la pan tin chu tele hi rahi thu a anadong ho zo sin tu ni thai het due to resource person nu hialin ke man hin saying ka ting tu ni tha rahi thu a hiện nôm này họ dấu xin a website thì nút leo hay là bốn chữ kia ding a hiện thì chỉ tay lo ba chú ken cái say nôm chú thì hami tia le chỉ aviation hospitality line na lu na ding a hi adang dang hiện nôm ho zo opportunity này yon na dong leo hen pat di ham tin ka gialin RAHi chú ama institute hi in anytime a website a ilu ba Amazon inboxable ba ido atheo hi in. But then the career wadinga izui diwa papen to ipiham ichi hospitality or aviation langa lina ichi diwa hile ipikabol de ham itika ki preparing ham itilam do la ka ki gon ngai ham ki ho chu ama akona tips ikila theyo hi en RAHi institute langpa chu hile a website I do no bazong ola imu theyo hi en aso a question hong ki dong ho chu kaven hile like interviewer ki go ding dan ti ho bang so alunglut ta ho ding a what most important hi na especially for the freshers ho ding a to interview face ding dan ho dia ikido ho to akhana pha hi in chota bang to nei no mom na alaya hela chom khat na hong hitin 9:30 jan hi ichi thei bi win hin het sa win lam kai ho in his chun 9:30 ka ading in question do anom nei na laya le na hong hi
question khat kan do thei de mo madam
hendongo
ki pam le jing na ho khat na mai te ho agati la tum den na mai khat ne nai hi chanan to do chikin nong na satan appreciate kan do le na az ding le ke jong hi nang line to killing khat bi ham kilo themai pu na nei ka hi nai gam sung inam sung wa ding a he ke yong ka kum hi ang tam thim tan chule tu le to ai ke yong hen anjiwa na ka to hi na job opportunity na sei pin hi jin kalunga to kha hian ji chu ama skill na hin sei pa chan na kan ngai chale ai thei dinga la na contact number rong ka dei le jing in na ega kheu na thei chilai ta ka he nom pin khat ji ham ti le tua khang tha ho hi age limit uma akum hi kum za na ki pana kum za chan ti compulsory uma
so tui aviation adinga hi 18 to 24 na 18 to 24 years hospitality 18 to 24 mama tulai hina munzo se a young leader young blood bo ki data so munzo se a katina chu HR ho hi a company nei ho hi a hena mi energetic ho de chu ja so 18 to 24 years ke ka hi amon prefer but yeah ningin airline danga na to sa hi a ilole experience sa ni hi le let's say hotel dang khana ilole 5-star hotel ham khana na to ta nang ju 26 27 28 ho hit jong let's say 30 plus hit jong chon experience nei sa ni lewang chon you can still go airline now na che thai abana hotel dang khana na che thai ai banga fresher ho dinga wang chu age limit chu 18 to 24 years ki ka hejate ani ki ka hai maximum extendable wale 26 ke extendable wa akal wal extendable lo chu both airline hele hotel industry hele fresher ho dinga ai banga experience ni le wang chun 26 na wal jong le airline now na che thai abana hotel dang khana better salary alole better scope a hi on na che thai chi chu
lai chunyo khat khang tha ho na to mun boina nei ji ana ti di ham etiam na to mun dei sa ai banga mo zolo ama ho chu physical lam pangau fit ti ding thim hin ke ka target list ai khugi na ka to ai ana chi sungai khang tha phat ni jobless ti chu a je a chu na ama holding a chu skill thei diu ham chi pi na chu kan contact no ma na madam ke la chi chan ki ta in tin na contact number wang hi lung sit ta ni pi thei diam chi chu hi
henge ko contact number the contact number ikhat pita umin lunin nei beta ai lo le na business number ang kan pi thei chu business account business number ang so
why to tu anan sai thei da madam
website a jong chon avele chu thei di chula mila a chi chu sei sa ma chu ai lo la Khangdong Lamhil a jong chu me
on me le
Lekin tu khat kan do thei dia mo
nge hindongo
nga na ki ko ya hin dong kho ji hi tamo hin dong yeng ji tamo
ai chu ba
ale lunga khat hi amial hoita ti seda ata sa yo se yong fit ale high altitude na kala hele ame da bati ho khat ko interview in hung ta le nang chun scan na ball di ya ale scan na ball na chu ti sei dia ama he lien nu ai wanga chunglanga high altitude na cho mai le chun boi le ti hot bang ho chu ipiti na deal ta dem boy kile tani na ti dem ai le ipiti na deal ta dem
chu hi le amai height phobia nei na ti na cho na height phobia Amir Khan height phobia nei chu hi al chun ama ki ge ma cho hoi ta counseling ka bolding bana ka het ka say de chu ichan ge ya is that level is that height na leng ham flight aircraft ho chu hi cha chu na ama chunga ki ngam chu actually chu ken ka say pe chu facts ho bona ka say bidding ichan ge ya ichan sanga leng dham ichan ge ya pressurized cabin hi dham iti ichan ge ya decompression sickness ho thei dham abana pros and cons ho zo bona ka say bidding chi chu ting chu ama ke gel sa ding ama ke gelin tin ama and hinge of course I will tell that iti ta phobia chu nangin overcome thei dinga ala chun nang ki gelin lang atele nangin wang chi nang chunga ki ngam hi henge height hi 32,000 feet sometimes 40,000 feet sometimes even 40 above ang ki leng ji in iti chu ai wanga chu achunga pulanga pana iwe na chun ki cha yong like skydiving ho open a ki ball hin so ki chat na ho za chom hin ai wanga to flight sung chu yela chun excuse me flight sung chu ya chun at least cubicle sung cabin sung hi ta ya chu ai ma chawa ki hezi pon na ai ma chawa ki muji pon plus anoi lang naga ave na chun just cloud bon mu mai thei alo le ai khat ho ipita maybe tui la here chun tui ho naga moding tele boat ship neo ho neo cha naga moding because you are very high flying it's also about the mood in but other than that kichat na him so poi chu ka ti pi because kichat na lo he so skydiving banga open a ki ball hi lo yes kichat na so point henge yes I have come across first time flyer ho akap jong ji na passenger ho so amo zo hong kap jeng ji in abang mang le pasal ki san hong kap ji na lai se na so ke experience a ka he na ka mu ho in ka mo ka da so just ka mo se pon he as a passenger ho bona ki cha na arjun maybe this student also ki cha mai the in na so ja so about pros and cons ka say bidding of course I will reassure her assurance ka bidding chi chung so na chu ichan gia ki cha lo ham no so say bidding ting chung so na aking up cha lo ala so I will not force her and then ama chunga ka ngap tha ri ama ki decide na I'll tell her to think about it and then ama hong ki gel ha ting so le positive negative ama chunga hong ki ngam ting ha ka koi de I hope I answer it clearly
ipam khata dong dong kate tia hi me na student ho hi last final khana ko chỉ xây dia si pe khát chú ilu na hay là chân lá thảo cả xăm kinh này gì cho na si pe hoa nagama đi na thi đi hi thì họ cái xây gì cho ai lẽ qua adia airlines one yang a ki liang ki ti cho mihem se the lo e khan ni le chun ki thi thei hi jing cho abui ni le na so ta bang tu cho ang khu la sa khu na til khowang icha hi na le na jing de thai ai do le a chai an so a join jo wa after 1 month some 2 months some jo a le na to sit at to crash se hai le chun ki chai di ta cho na ki chai cho ta bang chu ipiti na vai ha jim
na sai dan chu henge this ji airline job alole cabin crew flying na cabin crew flying job he very risky hai because nangin nahin ho chu na khona ne ki choi tho jing jing ta bang bang he na chi chu di ta se ya chu chi ya chu ai wanga chi ya chu min jong salary tam ta na pi na again ga sai ding a chu chi chu mun jo sa risky a hi sab le wang chun job jo se risky so ke la accident itiar chun mun jo sa accident ki to thei in anom pe na na thi na ding pha de la chun thi yang de hen alo le na imut pe na na thi yang thei chi chu hin thi na hin chu ei khona ki nga ei khona om lo hen e ya chu ip job jong le it all has risk involved risk ila lo wal chun imacha ki thei pon risk la te te nga hin khwa he chi ja chu heta banga thani ham be lo le job chu a risky wale kahin ho ka chan lo mai the tia bol da yang la ip ke bol ta ong bol de ta lo sula chi chu isa yar chun lo ko na chi yong le local now accident ki to thai chula alo le gan hin khat to e na tha thai chula he chi ja chu mun zo se a chu he ja chu risk so ke hen risk mana se en so ke give up yin thai hi pon na chi ja chu ke hoi ta chi student chu hoi ta ka het sa ngai cha ka sei pe de cho se cho of course risk la lo wa so you will never make anything anywhere you will not get it chu ke gel dana I hope it's clear ole ka sei hin lo ma
Khangdong nghe đột lắm cái họ cái cái mình là tông vào Thomas học chụp cái hình na Airports Authority of India na cái tông in airport related văn lang cái sai lang hình na so anh senior manager engineering electrical cái hình cái đó nom cho ai pin si na chú na chú interview học đi ngà thì pin cô ho na selection board ho chú hoti buwan board hom hello le do you have any other center for selection ấy cho mi khát to Manipur ahung han lang subla pai hen kit po do an han lang le na gotia pia screening bol ta wen lang la ta hi le cha ma ringa chu boi tho din na subjong aman sa mai the na ya chu do you have any sub center in Manipur, Nagaland or other place chega a hen no meke.
Okay, thank you very much for asking. So, tua hi wang hi sub center chuka koi lo, but online na corona ji ahi online na video interview kala ji at least video interviewers I can see even though real la ki mo bang so hi at least I can see the face or at least something I can see. Sil khat chuka ga chi do ting chole preliminary screening ti dham chu sai yo ten chole amo Guwahati ahong winten they can get the admission July ahi online kaha bol so be because traveling on them had restriction and ja so online Manipur student hen lang Arunachal student hen lang adang state ho hung thai lo ho som kha so inter district ho ban imama anati lai wang so online bo ka bol use interview ho ai wang so simdinga hung teng la jon ki mo tho hi but already like 80% so ki hesita so video interview bolte chale all
hello 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 good evening sister Kimshi.
Hi, good evening.
I would like you to please answer some of my questions, okay, if you mind.
Please ask. I don't mind.
First of all, is RAHi the name of the institute, Aviation Institute?
Yes, RAHi means Red Wings Air Hostess and Hospitality Institute.
Okay, okay. Then what exactly relation do you have with the RAHi Aviation Institute?
RAHi, okay, go on.
In the sense like ipidin mo na napanham salay RAHi Aviation Institute na.
Okay, training here bona can kavet switch training here bona adi so munzo si ki pang thailo na munzo si I cannot involve myself ye so manpower ong koi ngaya chi so training here bona he can kavet tu so training zo se plus marketing hen lang abana administration lang hen lang so zo se ang so kivet owner ekya so ra ni ita ha
RAHi two during placements ahin na. Do you usually go with does your trainer goes from RAHi Aviation Institute journey along with your trainees for interviews, or do you send them alone for their interviews or with their families?
See, interview hi tamro hi Guwahati ahong ziu cho na. To ay Guwahati ahong lao chun they come like Radisson Blue hi lawale Vivanta Hotel. So tani khat zo zo ahi hong ziu cho. Sometimes Novotel ahong ziu cho. Eche cho ahong teng lao chun campus recruitment here. So the student can go. Student ho student cho chang sa ka so ji so like mi som ni ham so ready here mi som ni jo ka solo mi som hi mi som ka solo. HR in izat ngai cha na mi za chu ta chu ka solo ta chu hi nga. Avanga sometimes yes Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai hi le chun either trainer khat ka che thau elo le team ho khat na like somebody that I can trust so chu to ka sol tharis. I lo ale a student also ama parents dong chi no ama tu ta so I don't have any restriction on that. Amo choose amo they are amo if they want to go by flight their choice, if they go by train amo choice dia so ka girls can.
Okay, now institute na here. Does your trainees practice or train for the teaching emergency situations?
Teaching ho we teaching exactly to Hilo, but yes, we do have swimming course. We have a swimming class for them. Aviation course la ho bo swimming kapezia, hospitality ho wang so ngai lo here. So yes, so they are not involved in that.
Okay, during training, is it compulsory for the SCC to learn the announcement demos?
Yeah, as an announcement, it's part of the module. It's part of the module in grooming, and so students are more in announcement he either Hindi or English. Ani akihil ziuzo. They need to learn that.
Okay. I have also regarding an issue regarding epilepsy. Can you please give me the seizures?
Seizures.
Epilepsy. Aboidan tu.
May interrupt. Adang hon jangan tu ono may the hin adang hon part ano pentau tiao.
Epilepsy is a medical condition hisukati. Epilepsy is a medical condition.
During epilepsy ahi nahon ipiti measures nala uham passengers koma to.
Epilepsy he stays liumahia first stays here. The person who has epilepsy, that person should know that okay epileptic fit can so intuition and because it's not their first time. And obviously they know how to handle themselves. And then epilepsy mostly they travel along with their family, like or their nurse or somebody or their doctor because kasi bang history anay sao hija so amo le mo atang sa traveling bol nga kisong zilo so and then apallo a doctor hoven so a doctor ilola nurse ilola zi ilola ata khat zo ta zo khat pen and zui tai that's on the flight during the flight so fit anay ding here so what we do is first either as a first aider, to cabin crew also doctor hilo, nurse hilo so. But we are first aiders. So first aider as a first aider as IP treatment boldham. It's also say to student who equip kabola, student who kahilzi so IP treat boldham. It is also details also bona say aljon say South here. Ji ajo to ama jo them khat to ajo nanga het thei pena jo say aljon ama jo achang se traveling loading number 1, number 2 ama and already fit kanai a body movement abona a brain abon sikia head ding yeah so amazo we just give them, we don't restrict anybody when somebody is having epileptic fit. We just pat the area around with like pillows or like soft items. I think there are some do's and don'ts. Amu thi ho lo thi he ho anything ho koi loading amaz a fit so minute is that fit hiam and also time balding ting deep sleep ma kona awake hong hi zo ten so minute is that amaz so say beating in minute is that so na fit hi in the fit so the epileptic fit so is that hi in or once you detail like say pg so and then accordingly ama na ki na so records aman atun ting destination atun ting a doctor ho koma ti so kivet sa and then the rest is all up to the doctors what they do it. But during the flight we only do first aider and there's no medicine to give them. It's just like we just make the area, surround the area with pillows, blankets, and then we don't restrict, we don't give the movement for restriction only. Like free ta amazo afit sung se just freeze ke ball pe so ta fraud im ho hung do alam mo akona fraud hung do alazun later on we wipe it, we clean it. Yeah, cabin crew job is involving this dirty things also, yeah, which is not like the not so good side, let's say. But again, every job has this good and a bad side. So gain job so se achi so mahen yeah so cabin crew ho so cleaner dong ki hi abana hita passenger khat so ti ajo medical condition hi tengle a balding dang umlo a lo dong ki thia a e dong ki thia ai wanga so so en ibolo le that is part and parcel of the job. So if you are really keen to become a cabin crew, then you need to be able to accept this side as well as the luxury side as well. So you need to be able to balance both and then accept. I hope I clear it.
Okay, for the last question, can you please tell me?
Okay, what is that?
Can you please tell me your experience when
experience in what?
DGCA when you come can you please tell me your experience when you come up with DGCA?
Oh, DGCA, well, India also DGCA yeah, but other Qatar lang also QCAA katiwana same thing, same governing body here. So more things so they ask you any questions. They can ask you the life jacket validity. They can ask you okay the CMC card in lado and they can ask you flight deck door protocol. Do like whatever they ask you, you need to be prepared for that. And as far as I can say is that you need to be knowledgeable. The subject nga to master na hihingayin. It doesn't mean that once you are a cabin crew, you need to stop learning. You need to still learn because refresher every year and feeding, and you need to be passing in all your refreshers. So basically you're handling people every day. You can come across a medical situation on the flight every minute, every second, every hour. Ami heart attack hitay, koi tamang so epilepsy hitay, koi tamang so asthma attack hitay. Any kind of situation you come across in here. So every medical condition also EPT treat boldham as a first aider. So you need to be refresh yourself all the time. Abana aircraft type, if aircraft type manager Airbus hiyam, Boeing hiyam, so you say so a door is that namam a door so ipiti operate boldham, ditching iti operate boldham, crash landing iti operate the boldham. Upon sige so you say so nang in silent review kitin silent review when you are doing your takeoff and landing, that's the most crucial stage ahin. It just stays who silent review ke bolji hin tupe nahi ditching hi ala hiti ka bol ngayam. So you need to review all that. Just in case crash landing hi ditching hi ala, you need to put those drills into practical. Flight duty. Unless you know your knowledge, unless you know your book, you will not be able to do anything, any treatment on a ball tailor. That's what I can say. So DGCA ho ni pinadong na subject you don't need to be scared. The QCA ho and lang yung ipinado bon sige aso na het di nangman na answer thay di because you know it, you're doing it every day. So every day and about things there's no chance of forgetting it. Plus you're reviewing it every day. So you don't have to be afraid of anybody.
Thank you, Kimshi. Question Kamkhat Aumin. Quickly, na ipat no zong kitai tain.
Yeah.
It's like question ho he nang zong kyong unmute ki ball loading na nangin zong quick ta gang chala hichi na hin don budding ka dayin na se chu detail da na se ya hele tu za now se chai lo du hi in pat dang da ting no se ki du hin tin hi zong le het no mo hi ze chu hin gang chalin hin
yeah. Okay.
Air hostess hi ipi airline ana na to padem chule iti kumana na to panham.
Okay, air hostess Jet Airways akana ki pat here, and then I started at 2008.
Ale question 2 na chu Manipura hi RAHi branch kondo de plan future plan na niyam. Hello ha san na ipi umam ipi imam kan gelang. Okay.
Kanaya. RAHi himun tinahon dibon kiti aso.
Chile RAHi student capacity intake is at Diana Gonem.
Intake wang hi thousands valon like capacity hi campus hi adang classroom upgradable the hi na. So I can have even 5,000, 10,000. So I'm okay with that. So.
Okay. Faculty ho hi PPI experience nahi hi hum.
Faculty hi hospitality lanu hi hotel industry 5-star hotel manager resign here na sinusria I very qualified here so because I take the interview can faculty ho zo se interview kala ma satjia abana interview kala zo ting long so le within 2-3 months kavet na lai din hi na performance kavet ding kana performance na hildan kalung thailo wale I'm sorry then you have to leave katipi very clear na ka say so all of them are very much qualified here.
Okay, thank you. Tunika Aviation written at Tunatay within. I'm so sorry say here maliking aida mo hitin as itu program detail to white in beleo hen question ki dong ho to tampi answer umahiin plus atu say pe da to white ai na ngayo ba hile ido ho zong to answer tampi ana umsa hitain tungai neu khat wang koi ma ke yong ka koi mo pun nang ho zong koi mo pun hi zong le say hi tungai hi neu khat ki hambol jep diu ka dei sa in na chi webinar hi zong le ei ho ki ka hi zi chungai du na zala I say hin tin tun tha speaker nu ka pa cha na sang ta ka pi inom na chitham ti question ki dong ho zo si detail ta in a bon chi ke na hen sayin and ke yong ex cabin crew ka hi in ka training lai hoi mo zo si ka gel do in like question ho chung ki do teng le situation ka na to ho zo si ong kyong ka hin gel do in ka lung zo a helin na chizi atu nang tun tha ve hichi speaker no hin na bol vai ma zingin ke hi leng hi chan ge to detail ta explanation ka pe lo de hin iwang phawin ama tabang tuni tha training institute len ta ahon do nga zong ho khanglai ti adinga detail ta question ki dong ho zo si alien ania no hela hoi ta e sei tha pi wa kichi sela hil chi zalovin ama chunga ki pa thu sa ta e sei yovin ama to say na ko nin ibe na hile aviation hospitality line hin kinep na aumin lunglu zong aumin thano zong aumin it's mi hon aviation I lo le cabin crew ti teng le air hostess ti teng it's like a glamorous job at using on na he nge chu hi in ahin wang tun ha ka say nom cabin crew ho he they're like a doctor long he win nurse song even security are there like a emergency situation so see handle ball hey even be it fire water ditching or izakaya am ho he well trained training so ta ball wa im so see well trained he in experience hoi ta ne yo he in hizia choma ho he hoi na lang pang a glamorous type bo he lovin ama ho tilbol thei dan ho jong chunio khat ka ga se hin tin ekipa pi ma zingovin ama institute yong training institute yong tu sanga hoi zo la phazo hung khan to jing ding ong ma chal jing ding chu best wishes evolving mabana webinar ho hong tenga jong le tuni tha pan hin ho zo si avela pan hin la ki ding in ta hin temin hi webinar sunga ke moderate bol na a ka sei khil ka sei walum kha hi le mi him hina sei khil kha ale pathi minute ki ngai da mo tin hoi zo pha zo che o ma le tu do khom che wa inam su le gam su ngo hanglai te khan to na ti ba pa la khom che ding hi ti chu ka sei nom hin to in word of thanks say ding in Reverend S Kai kahin ko ve
ki pam le jeng in Khangdong Lamhil tu ni nunga ni pan sa le mi yo si chu pau nom so ke jeng hung bang jeng in ai voi le jeng ai la yong to nuk no ka dai tin lao tin ya no mo tin ho noi hi inzowa lina na sei banga chu aviation le hospitality lang pa sang sang a chu RAHi pa cha ha bolai bol ta le kilo nai le ipi yong la pho tho ve tin lao tin ki pam le jengin aden Kimshi tho tam pi na nei chu tu nin jong mu do the na min eyula chu ta bang thu pha iti sei dam kunung chan ge ya dinga thil tam pi bol do na ding lu na hin ke na paita nan bol good chu ka ki pa pi le jengin na kasan chule Khangdong tam pi dinga phachom din kata sanin tunil ha in itabang thu ngai dinga chun nunga gol hang tam pi a hung kain som sagi lagup tabang som get tabang bel zumai umun chule video YouTube live streaming yong ki bola hi je chun zuma zaw do dinga yong ki bola hi je chun mi tam pi in the thu se cho ngai na pat chom pi te di kata sanin chule Khangdong Lamhilin bol thei thei chu hin ki bola kum khat kum ni hung nai lam hi beginner in bol oi tan chule jing ni la ting do la kai khom worship service pung sagia ai nei di bai ichi bol na wa hin zat chom fil chom che discipline chom che a ko na mi hil tam pi hin ki mangji hi thano min tu ni la jong hi ki bol khalo line khati bol hi je chun mi tam pi na thano pin chi video recording ki bol hi YouTube along ki koya Facebook ni le group ni le Facebook group thum le WhatsApp group ni chule website khat jong ka hono hi je chun cho zo sia bon chang ke khununga mi ngai da ki koi te hin cho chu ka ki pa naw ka vet sa naw hi je nga hin Khangdong Lamhilin i ma thilpe ki pe zo ji pon apang zo se yong hi ama voluntary a phat jong ki pu do internet jong ki pu do azum hi fundraise ka bol ba ka cho ji na la yu awat le ki hon ka pu do ji wa hin je chun director hi nan Khangdong Lamhil le tuni tha hung kai khom ho zo se tha khelin Kimshi chunga avelin ki pa thu ka hin phong ne chule Miss Lina tiutin ka chanu chun kamin jong chu kale langan se na lai es sat kai ipi te yong nalwas do khat ta ka sot thim pha na chu ki phalam hin tin ama yong hi ilawa sim thei ta khada hin Miss Queen Northeast le Miss Bharat anala chule tunira ai bol line a jong izan hamna chis khat sai je chun hate chan hoi selin in lam kai pe ki tup tain fel tain Kimshi in ki thu pi to yong aba na hum ji nai la phale jeng ama chunga se reulo pa thu velin ka ga phong ki din tunila hung kai khom hi za thei ta jong mi omin official len bureaucrat ho hin ulama na tong ho jong hin chule Khangdong muntina hung kai ho jo se abon chau chunga ki pa thu Khangdong Lamhil benin kai phongin ai theile discussion I bol dan chun zo wa lina na sei panga chu ki thim chu je moitin na do diu hi jampe na ma na do diu hi lovin a kondak ma hi jen kondak na pi diu kondak in a pi sa ji ding bun bol le han iki do diu dan chu chule mi khan in question thum le li chang a pe na la chai hi lu ki ti chu จีในที่เวสโลเฮลายมุนาจงที่โลกันเองอีดอกน้อมจุสมับบอลาดิ่งอาจงพัชมอ่างไอฮอดิ่งอาจงหุ่นพัชมดิ่งดอกดิ่งดิ่งเสียฮิโลวาที่ฮิพัฒนานักเรียนดิ่งกันที่มุนอาจจะจุขังดองละมิลินนักบอลฮีขังดองฮอเวกจุยที่ดิ่งอาจีหอยที่เป็นตาดิ่งจุกิเกลฮีจะจุหอยที่เป็นตาคนงามินอีติกเว็บเนอร์บอลาเนี่ยว่ามันตีโลนดีว่าฮิบอลดีว่ากันเต็มเลยเว้จงทอลขัดกระกาเสียสาวเบียนตินที่ปามเละเจียงเงินพัดพัดจะพัดใจที่เจียวแกว่ามันมีพัดโลขัดในไลท์ของทีในละบอยเละเจียงเงินที่จงเละพัดจะขัดนินมูเทเท่าดีว่าหินประเทศนินพัดเทนบุญตินเก่นไปยังไงเต่าในหินมังกะเต่าเหตุเองไงรู้ว่าหิงจิงกับประเทศก็คิดว่าเวนังมันที่ตะบังพัดหอยเซลในเปว่าเดชนาตุนีนี่ละอาจงที่ตะบังกันบอลข้าลูไลน์ขัดที่จี Aviation และ Hospitality ลำสังอาเทียบนั่นเองก็สู้ปิโนก็จะนูกิมซีจงพัฒน์แก่จ้าหูลิมเทียมนบ้านอาจงมีหอบบอยนาดุงบอยนจะเสียเลี้ยบอดเทียหุ่มเจนก็คิดว่าอนมินลูปีก็ทั้งบ่าวในนังมันลุงทิมพาตั้มปีนเปียหอยคนนุ่งปีนทิลพาตั้มปีบอลโดนานปันสันลังอบอลโดทิลหอยนังมาสุมิลโลเฮลาหินโคมันเทนดินพัดเทบอยน์เตียจงกระเต่าปีวะฮีกับประเทศอันนั้นโตนะที่จีราฮีตีจงให้ประเทศนั่นลุงฮีไอเละมีฮอนบอลเทเกี่ยวโลกฮอดิ้งอาจงที่บอลมอดิ้งเลยสิทธิ์ไงโลฮีเซนอาทิลบอลฮิโลหินสันลังคนนุ่งจันเดียมีตั้มปีอาดิ้งอาพัดจูมินเสียมินเตียนับพัดเทโบเงนากระเต่าปีฮีจะแล้วมาหินโคเจียงจงวินลังกิทูปินลังอัตโตทำในจากายาหินโลหินสาเปียดิ้งอากระเต่าฮีจะแล้วตุนิทาปังคอมเจ้าเสอมนาวเชดำเทพัดเทนเป็นลังตุไลดำมอเวเชนหัวตัวจงชูมแค่นายิงถ้าไกลคอมมาจงกิปะและทนุมากระเจ้าคอมเชกิเทนดีวินแต่ลุงเสียนนั่นนี่เปียกิทูปีว่าขัดเจดำเทพัดเทนปีว่ากิมันจานาวนังมาหงปังจิงดิ่งไงจ่ายจังอาจุเองไงดูว่าหิงจิงกับปะกายเยซูคริสต์เมนากตาฮีอาเมนอาเมนกิปาเมกิมซี
อาเมนอาเมนกิปา